Noticing right here. Like so. This line here, this is about halfway through A and the bottom of 2, or the bottom of 2. So right here. That line goes right through the middle. And this ends about a third of the way down, so maybe about right there. So let's kind of connect him. Now, let's go ahead and start with this guy. He's just a little bit between the end of this grid line. So right here, I'll come up. And I'm noticing this grid line a little above halfway, maybe about right here, okay? So I'll take my pencil and draw it like so. I'm looking at this triangle here, this kind of long triangle here. I'm going to try to mimic that as best I can while I'm drawing. He goes all the way to the end of the box, so I need to probably redraw. Notice how I'm just doing slight sketch lines. I'm not drawing heavily in case I need to erase. I'm going to use my kneaded eraser. Like so. He comes up a little bit into D right here, so about here. It's about this tick mark here, roughly. These are called guiding lines, and they're a little thicker than they need to be just to kind of get you to where you need to go. Now I'm seeing I need to match him up. He matches right into this guy. So I just need to pull this line, get him to match up. Sometimes it might help if a ruler is easier. You guys can totally use rulers. Plenty of students do. I'm pretty good at this point at drawing straight lines, so I don't need to. And there we go. Okay, so now let's start. We can do the border. So let's do this border. This guy starts here. I'm just looking at this here. It goes right into the intersect, right there. So, like so. And he goes down. And he's going to go all the way up to this little circle. So I'm going to draw this little circle here right now. Get him out of the way. The alternative, like I said, you can use a ruler, and you could have just made a tick mark here and just lined them up like so. So you can do that too. If that's easier, you can just take your ruler and do something like that. Your kneaded eraser, kind of lift that area up. And then I'm noticing this is kind of a little uneven now, so that's why the ruler can drive you a little crazy. It doesn't have to be totally perfect. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start bringing it down. He ends perfectly, I'm noticing. I'm going to adjust my screen here real quick. Okay, so this tape cassette player, he's right here. So we want to bring him, he's going to end in C6. So C6. C6 right here. I'll draw this little edge he goes just a little bit into there. Maybe, you know what, I'm noticing he's a little bit on the inside actually. So maybe about right there. And I'm going to connect him right across. Like so. Now, I'm noticing this guy right here ends in C5. So 5C is where this little sticker is. I'm going to see that it lines up right here. Like so. And then I can just kind of pull them up. Notice how I'm holding my pencil kind of right in the middle. I'm not worried about it being totally perfect. This is just a gridding demo. So you're not trying to draw a perfect drawing here. You're just doing the grid. Fix that circle a little bit. Perfect. Okay. So now let's go ahead, start on the inside. So this little circular part of the tape cassette starts in 3C. So I'm in 3C right here. So if I look at it, it starts about here. So I'm going to make that tick mark right there. He intersects, so I might have to kind of pull him around. I notice he goes just a little bit above that line, so I'm going to go just a little bit above that grid line. And tie him in, like so. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to try my best to do this circle. Circles are hard. Take a lot of practice. I'm noticing this line's about here. That tick mark, and just make sure as I wrap it around, I hit that tick mark. Perfect. Okay. If you're feeling daring, you can put this guy in. He goes right up to the edge here. Like so. Okay, awesome. So now we move forward. We have a couple circles and a couple little lines here left to draw. Right here we have these 3 circles and then this guy that I want you to draw on. So right here I see that it is in C5. So just make sure I'm in C5. And there's just a little bit. It starts right at the bottom of the grid. These first few lines that you have to draw onto the grid are the hardest as you kind of figure out how to do this. I chose a really, really hard picture for you guys to draw for this project, so keep that in mind. I'd rather you do something challenging and feel prepared than something that's too simple. Here's our circle. We got another one right here. We got this guy kind of right in the middle. He's just a little bit away from the edge. Like so. Okay, moving on. So let's start with this cassette now. So we've got it started right here. So now let's go ahead and get the base, this guy started. So right here, it's at, and 7, about right here, there's a tick mark. About right there. Make my tick mark right here. And connect the two. Now, I see this triangle and this triangle, this guy, little guy here. I'm going to draw him on, make it a lot easier on myself, and just connect the two. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. It's going to intersect almost about a quarter of the way through, right below this guy right here. Right below this line. Perfect. Okay, now we can do the second part. He ends right here. I'm in B8. So 8, B, right here. If I look, I'm going to try to catch this circle here, or this triangle rather, sorry. It kind of comes out a little bit right here. Connect the line. And I know it's kind of shadowed here, but you can just kind of make it up and just have it come down like so. Alrighty, now moving on. I'm going to draw this little guy. It's like a trapezoid shape, has just a little bit of a triangle down here. And bring it up all the way, and then it just kind of goes directly across. So I'm just going to do my best to keep these two lines parallel. I'm not going to worry about looking at the grid right now. Perfect. Now, again, I'm not going to focus on the grid. I'm just going to worry about this line and this line looking like a pair of train tracks. This highlight's a little more challenging. So right here, I just see this rectangle. This might be easier. To just draw it on like that. Then we have another box right here. Like so. We got another one starting right underneath that grid, right there. And he goes all the way to the bottom, or top. Okay, now there's a little circle. You can place them anywhere in there. Like so. Got another circle